I've got 10 o'clock, so I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is a regular Commissioners Court meeting for County of Starr, Monday, March 13th. Let the record show that we do have quorum, everyone being here. And I'd like to welcome and thank you all for joining us this morning. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any public comments? Okay. Minutes?
Minutes, I give everybody a signature.
Okay. Okay, you all want to approve or you all want to look at it?
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Move to approve and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the vendors list, and we have copies of our vendors list.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the claims. Is that nice?
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before we go into our reports, is there anyone from out of town that needs to come before the court at this time?
Yes, you know, we have people that want to have a presentation here.
What item is it?
It's item number
8.
That's 8. Come dream big, come dream big, come build. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
you get that?
Right. If it's okay with the court, I'll go to item 8. And this is a presentation by Come Dream, Come Build, Executive Director Nick Mitchell and Deputy Director Edna Ortega?
Oseguera.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Good morning,
Good morning.
everybody. Nick Mitchell with Come Dream, Come Build. Judge, Commission, thanks for having us here today.
Thank you.
Fabiana Moreno, our Rural and Colonias Manager, is handing out a couple of pieces for you. And then my Deputy Director, Edna Oseguera. Thank you again for having us here today. Today, we're just really here to introduce ourselves and to say thank you. And CDCB, or Come Dream, Come Build, is a nonprofit housing organization that has been working in the Rio Grande Valley since 1974. Our main mission when we started in 1974 by Father Armand Matthew in the city of Brownsville was to find the 1,800 outhouses that existed in Brownsville and build new bathrooms. Since that day, in November of 1974, we've become the largest producer of affordable housing as a nonprofit in the state of Texas. We also run the Colonia Self-Help Center program in Cameron and Willacy County, and have since 1995. In front of you is our 2022 impact report. I'll let you go through that yourself. But in the other report here, this is just a PowerPoint presentation on who we are and what we do. I'm not going to go through each slide for you, but you can look through it at your leisure. But I can quickly tell you about who we are and what we do. Being a nonprofit organization, our goal is to, you can read on our website big fancy words about building houses and building communities. Our real goal is to build wealth. That's what it is. And we use housing, education, and financing products to do so. Whether those be grants or loans or a combination of the both. We build houses, we design houses, we develop subdivisions, and then we also run a school, and we also do financial education, what we call financial securities. So through housing, finance, and education, we try to build wealth for individuals who are low income. But we also look at that as building wealth for the community. Over the last, let's say, 10 years, we've brought about close to $100 million to the areas that we've worked in tax credits, in loans, and in grants to the communities that we've worked in since I've been the executive director. What we would like to do is work here with you all as the county and with the different communities. We have the capacity to do so. We know that you have the capacity to do so, and we figured joining those two together is the best way to help people with housing and with education. We are expanding into more rural areas outside of Cameron and Willacy County, and are looking for different partners throughout South Texas to do so. We are a mortgage company, so we're a Texas licensed mortgage company. We're actually one of the largest mortgage companies in the southern part of the Rio Grande Valley. We're a Freddie Mac and a Fannie Mae and a Wells Fargo and a USDA lender and a Texas State Mortgage Revenue Bond lender. So we have all the licenses and all the approvals to do so. We develop land, we build subdivisions. We also do rental housing. If you can even look on some of, we were just talking about this with Anna, in our rental housing developments here, we actually don't build a lot of apartments. Part of what we do is we ask people what they want. And when you ask somebody what they want, most of the folks that come back to us, they say, I don't want to live in an apartment. And I lived in Houston for a while and it sucked. And I don't want to live in, I don't want to live on the third floor. I'd rather have my own little house. So what we started doing when we started building apartments is building these little cottage communities, what we call casitas. And so we'll build 10 on an acre. So we'll do maybe 50 or 40, and we'll have 4, 5, 6 acres. And we put these little houses on them. Same size as an apartment, however, they each have their own driveway. They all have their own parks, their own, running and playing areas. And so really, I tell that story because the one thing that we've learned in all that we do in running houses and building houses and running schools and designing homes is all about asking people what they want. And by asking people, what is it that you need in your community? What is it that you want in your house? It's really, really important to listen to what they have to say. I don't know. I don't live here. And so for me to be able to, and that's why we're here with you, is like, we want to do what you guys think needs to be done. We want to do what the folks living in all of the towns and colonias through Starr County would like to do. So our first thing is we've already raised money for Starr County with the United States Department of Agriculture. And with our partner Building Community Workshop, which is a design and planning firm, we're actually starting to ask folks in Starr County what they want in their housing. And being able to put together some sort of plan that, working with you all, working with the Colonial Self-Help Center, working with any other organization that's doing housing, to try to meet those goals that you have and that your community has. And so really, we're just here to introduce ourselves, to say we're here to help. We can raise money. I'm not here asking for money, at least not yet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not here asking for money. I'm actually here saying I think that we can raise money together to build housing for your community. We've done it well in different communities. Starr, Willacy, we also have an office in Nueces County. We're working in Port Lavaca now. It's another small community that we're also working in. So I'm here to take any questions. Fabiana Moreno is our manager for this project, and so she'll be up here. She was actually here, Thursday? Yeah, she was here past Thursday. She'll be up here probably once or twice a week for the next while. So I can take questions now. You can always reach me at my office. And if you need me back here, I will be back here. I'll be probably coming up here at least once a month to work on stuff. So we're here to help, and we're here to hear what you have to say and do what you need us to do.
One quick question. You say you're in Cameron and Willacy.
Cameron, Willacy, Nueces.
Well, here in the valley. How long have you been working in those areas?
Since 1974,
So you've been here a while.
yeah, almost 50 years.
Great.
I have not been. I was only
Well, but-
4
but
years
the
old when we
organization is.
started, but yeah. But I've been working, I've been working personally at CDCB since 1996. And Ed has been there since 1999, so a long time.
Well, we certainly, appreciate you all considering Starr County and thinking, we do have a lot of need here in the county, and I don't know how the court feels, and this is not an action item, it's just a presentation.
Well, we just want to introduce ourselves. I don't want you to go, who's that gringo walking around town talking to people? You know, I want to, or who's Fabiana? We wanted to, we typically do not move into towns. We typically get invited. And in this case, we had this grant from USDA, and so we thought, well, we weren't exactly invited yet. It's really important that we go to talk to people first.
So let me ask you a question. This funding that you can acquire based on your conversation, does it have to do anything with, does the audit of the county have to do anything with the funding that you're trying to seek?
No.
No?
I
Totally
have no
apart.
idea about the audit of the county. The funding that we can get would come through us, right? So mortgage lending, right? So Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, they have a requirement to lend in rural and colonial areas. It's a federal law now, and I'm not even sure if you know. And I've been on them and on them and on them. So what we want to do is be able to find, we're kind of the mortgage people we're the mortgage company for the people. And I want to get that kind of money into your community. Because by law, they're required to do it, and they're not doing it. And so I like to twist their arms to make sure they do it. But as far as, the audit or anything for you, that has nothing to do with what we're doing here. We can bring it in through ourselves to spend here.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you're more than welcome on my behalf to come by, and like I said, we got an office space there at the self-help
Great.
center that you can obtain to try to recruit people or whatever you have to do,
Okay, and we can work in partnership with whatever programs that you have. We've been doing this a long time, so we're able to look at stuff, make sure that here's the rules for this, here's the rules for this program. How do we put it together to expand people to be, that can be helped? Or how would we put public money with private money, right? Public money only goes so far, private money only goes so far. We've learned how to put the two together. And we're actually going to leave here today and then go out, and there's a couple of apartment buildings that are for sale. We do like to try to come in, and if there's something that is available that allows us to start right away, getting to working with people and actually start getting funds flowing in the community, we try to do that as well.
Well, again, thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you for having us. Again, if you have any questions, Fabiana's here. I'm here. You can always reach me at my office. And please feel free to go through these. If you have any questions, we want to be able to answer those. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Have a good day. Thank you for moving us up. That was nice.
Anyone else that needs to come? If not, we'll go ahead and follow our agenda. We'll go into our reports. Gas department.
I'd like for item A to be tabled for next meeting, please.
Okay, we'll go to item, the tax collector, Ms. Salinas.
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Judge. This is my report for the month of February. You have it on your package. Can you please follow me? This is our total collections for February of 2023, just for Starr County, and these were $1,223,376. Our current collections in February of 2022 were $841,052 with 7 cents. There was a total collection of $383,323 with 93 cents more than last year. Our total delinquent collections just for Starr County were $225,338.98. Our total delinquent collections same time last year were $277,351.05. There was a total delinquent collection of $52,012.07 less than last year. As of February the 28th, my office has collected 85% of the projected current collection. Projected collections remaining are $2,593,022.65. Also, our office has collected 37% of the projected delinquent collections. Projected delinquent collections remaining are $1,819,351.41. Collections made through the American Rescue Plan were $67,323.38, just for Starr County. My other department, the motor vehicle department, has collected $165,196.60 just for the month of February. And that's my report for, do you have any questions?
So you said you have already collected 85% of the projected collection?
Yes.
How much did you project? What percentage?
I'm sorry?
What percentage did you project?
It's 86 of the
100%?
of the 100% of the assessed.
Yeah, so here, so you already present 85% of the,
Of the
Of-
86%.
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Any other questions? Thank you, sir. Next is our county clerk, Mr. Gonzalez.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners.
Good morning.
You should have a report before you. I'm just going to highlight a couple of them. For the month of February, records management, we collected 5,268. Our records archive was 5,017. Total due to the county clerk, the general fund was 15,456.05, and total due to the treasurer was 31,056.05. We've been pretty consistent every month for the past few months. One thing I wanted to bring up to the Commissioners Court is that we have been getting some calls lately that a lot of our people in Starr County don't know that their assumed name certificates need to be renewed every 10 years. So we're going to put a campaign out in the next couple of months here, putting in the paper that they need to renew. If they haven't renewed, they need to renew. Hopefully we'll bring in some more funds into the county. If you know anybody in your precincts that have assumed name certificates, whether it be a rental property, whether it be a store, whether it be a farm and ranch, they need to renew those assumed name certificates every 10 years. So that's one thing we're going to go ahead and start putting out in the papers and stuff, and hopefully with Cinta Puentes through public relations, for them to look at their assumed name certificates so that they can come and renew them. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Sheriff's Department,
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. The total revenue is going to be $329,940 for the month. We had a count for the federal inmates at 61, Hidalgo County inmates at 140, with our own inmates for 100. A total of 301 inmates for that month. The average for the federals was 53, average for Hidalgo inmates 139. As of today, we've collected 46% of the 100% total revenues, with an increase of 89,000 from last year's revenues at this time.
Very good.
yeah, one thing, it went down a little bit, but that's an account to February being a short month.
February was a short month.
Yeah,
March is going to be a long month. So.
yeah. Any questions, comments? Thank you, Chief. International Bridge,
Yes, Your Honor, I'm gonna do the report today because Ms. Chavez is out. Okay, for the month of February, we show an increase of $23,415 for the month of February 2023 compared to the month of February 2022. We show a decrease of $4,505 on collections for the month of February 2023 compared to the month of January 2023. We have collected in currency exchange excess, 166 with 1 cent. We have total other collections with the same. Total traffic collections, 201, 435,000 with 50 cents. And the grand total collection for February was 201, 601 with 51 cents. That's the report for this past month.
also, I guess the decrease is because of the short month. Yeah, that always plays a factor. Any questions on that report? Thank you, Commissioner. Treasurer, Mr. Gonzalez.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. You have my report for the month of February before you. Just follow along with me. The ending balance for the general fund is at $8,092,397 with 397.66 cents. The road and bridge, the ending balance is at $2,191,239 with 62 cents. The enterprise funds, the ending balance is at $954,072 with 35 cents. The drainage district, and the ending balance is at $3,733,941 with 72 cents, which brings the grand total ending balance of all funds to $14,961,651 with 35 cents. That is my report.
Do we open up CDs after a while, or is this in an interest-bearing account?
This is, Your Honor. They pay very low, but the CDs that we have here, yes, they are interest-bearing.
What is it?
I don't recall the
Have you
exact
gone
amount.
to try to renegotiate? Because I know the interest rates are going up.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that we can do that. It's up for renewal, the bank depository,
Yeah.
very soon. So maybe at that time, we can kind of negotiate with them.
Even though we lose a little bit of money, we're gonna make it up with the interest rate if they
Yes,
go up.
there are entities that do that. They pay a little bit more, and they're very liquid, and they take care of the capital, which is what the commissioners want. But I can surely ask and find out, because
Yeah,
the interest is
because
very low.
I think just in a regular account, without having to tie it in for any length of period,
Okay,
it should be between 4 or 5% right now.
yes. Okay.
Where if we tie it for 6 months or whatever, if to compare the difference.
Sure, I'll address it with Mr. Chapa.
Okay. Any other question, comment?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rosen. County Auditor, Ms. Elena.
Good morning, Commissioners and Judge.
Good morning.
Okay, I have the report for the month ending in February 28, 2023. Page 1 of my report, I have the reconciled cash in bank. The balances for general fund ending in February, $7,845,432. Road and Bridge had a cash balance of $2,073,983. The payroll clearing account ended with $520,593. Moving on to page 2, I have the revenues for general fund. Total year-to-date collected was $12,413,879. Going through page 3 and 4 are the expenditures for general fund, with a total year-to-date expended of $9,089,010, with an excess of revenues over expenditures of $3,324,869. Moving on to page 5, the road and bridge, total year-to-date collected revenues, $4,728,391. Year-to-date expenditures, $2,750,240, with an excess of revenues or expenditures of $1,978,151. I move on to page 6, where I have the enterprise funds, debt service, and the special revenue. My year-to-date revenue for International Bridge was $1,061,396. Total year-to-date expenditures, $1,249,007, with an excess of expenditures over revenues of $187,611. The gas system, total year-to-date revenues, $492,094. Year-to-date expenditures, $397,010, with an excess of revenues over expenditures of $95,084. Transfer station, year-to-date revenues, $444,001. Total year-to-date expenditures, $614,437, with an excess of expenditures over revenues of $170,436. Our debt service has total revenues collected of $14,340 with zero expenditures. I only list one special revenue. I have the American Rescue Plan. Year-to-date collected was $12,554,203. Total remaining budget for the ARPA plan, $5,924,472. I move on to page 7, where I list the debt summary for the county. Our certificate of obligation, we have an outstanding balance of $433,577. One purchase lease agreement for equipment, $299,098. And our City of Roma participation debt went up to $608,532. The reason for that, because we just had the computation was just audited from the 2021 audit. They recalculated, and that was the amount. I have on the page, I have like a little description. For our audited International Bridge participation, they ended up with $512,757 for participation debt to Roma. However, I wanted to include an estimate for year 22, something a little bit closer, more realistic, to kind of like where we're at right now.
Okay, I know this last fiscal year, we gave a lump sum of about $250,000 or something like that
Yes.
to City of Roma to close that gap. Can you check to see how we're that? Maybe we can give another lump sum so we
Okay.
can close that gap.
Yes, I think by the time that we do the 22 and we go into 23, it'll be a lot lower by 23.
Okay. Yeah, because we need to bring it down.
Okay. All right then.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Any questions? Thank you, Ms. Alanis. Okay. Moving on to item number 9. This is a presentation of resolution adopted by the Texas House of Representatives, Ms. Benavides, the Starr County Day. Good morning.
We actually have, and I'm not going to read the entire resolution. We brought back a resolution for everyone. This past Tuesday, we had an opportunity to travel to Austin to celebrate Starr County Day. That gave us a chance, and we brought one back so each of you can have one in your office, to go to Austin and advocate for some really important issues regarding funding for transportation, funding for education, and funding for a new water bill that is being, this second one is actually a resolution honoring the Starr County Day event. And so we took a delegation of about 25 people, local business and elected officials. And in addition to that, we invited 20 members from each community to join us on that trip. We got representation from just about every community and every local organization, including the school districts that we also coordinated for them a recognition of the mariachis for Roma, Gruya, and Rio Grande City, since they had all basically won first, second, and third of the competition nationally, and then did the same for the state competition last week. So they were recognized. We had a wonderful reception from Representative Guillen and from Senator Saffarini when we were there. Had an opportunity to be on the floor and filled up the gallery so that the entire group could be recognized as they presented these resolutions. More importantly, we had a chance to visit with the governor's office and with every either senator or representative or their chief of staff in the committees corresponding to transportation, education, border security, and more importantly for us was looking for additional funding for the projects that we have pending, as well as healthcare. So we had a long legislative agenda, spent a long day at the Capitol, got a chance to treat everyone to a rooftop lunch at courtesy of the representative, and then had a chance to have the mariachi perform for the entire Capitol at the Rotunda during their lunch hour. So it was a great experience for the kids, but also a great opportunity for our community to be represented. As most communities do this during legislative session. They do either their city day or they do their county day. We hadn't done this in a long time, so we think that at the next session we'll have a much larger delegation joining us, and that's the hope. But more importantly, we were able to leave a gift bag with the legislative priorities, which we've given each of you to every one of these offices that we identified. And one of the things that we learned is that obviously right now the border is a very important issue for both the Senate and the House. They're looking at it a different perspective about border security, and we use that opportunity to remind them that to have better security, we needed to ensure that we had our community educated and had opportunities for jobs, and also had better infrastructure so we could have more investment. So I think all in all, everyone that attended the trip was of the same opinion that it was very beneficial. Got a chance. It was a quick trip. We left the evening before, got straight to the Capitol, prepared gift bags for everyone, and then started really early in the morning with the breakfast that went in through the evening and got back the next night. So it was a quick trip, but I think that everyone that went there had a chance to do what they wanted and accomplish. We were saddened that the Mariachi of Roma could not attend. We thought they had a previous engagement, and I think that was the reason why. But we're working on trying to get them some kind of recognition as well, since they weren't able to make the trip.
Well, thank you so much, Rose, for representing the county and, for all that you all did and do. I heard it was a huge success, so congratulations.
We had a great trip. We actually have copies of each of these resolutions that has been sent to be framed so that it could be placed in the courthouse. We're just waiting. We thought we could have them ready for today, but the vendor had another idea, so it's going to take a little while. We had brought these over to see if we could take a photo for you all to have with the resolutions. Unfortunately, I know your schedules were really busy and you weren't able to attend, but we did our best to represent the community well. And I think we will provide everyone a list of everyone that was attended. We had people from Roma, Rio, people from throughout the county, the school districts, and South Texas College, and I think, who else? Oh, Starr Camargo Bridge joined us as well, and I think we had two other people. Oh, yeah, and the GLO office was there, and obviously a huge thanks to our sponsors, which you can see there, AEP and Starr Camargo Bridge ensured that we could defray the costs associated with providing those gifts. In the bag, actually, that's the last thing I'll show, you have a shot glass that we ordered that is available for marketing purposes. We left one. And then as a small token to each lawmaker and their chiefs of staff, we actually left a travel-sized bottle of Blasphemous, which is produced here in, which is distributed here in Starr County now, but will ultimately be produced in Roma. And so we wanted to give them a little gift that we thought was unique to the state and unique to our community, and so we were able to do that over the last day.
Okay. You ready for the picture? Good.
You can hold on to the. Oh, you're gonna do it up there? Or you want to do it? Okay.
Yeah, we can do it up here.
Okay. That works.
Yeah, stand up and do it for him.
Okay, that was a presentation, no action was needed. Moving on to item 10, this is to approve the countywide burn ban. Things have been real dry.
No motion to approve, yeah.
Moved and second to approve the burn ban. Discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11 is to appoint representatives to the COG.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to make a motion to appoint Hernan Nune Garza, Commissioner Precinct 4, and Commissioner Kiko Perez, Commissioner Precinct 1.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, moved in second. Discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 12 is an action item, and this is to take action on a MOU between the Roma Independent School District and County of Starr. This MOU was reviewed by Mr. Montalvo, and he made some minor changes on it, and I think we're okay with it, Mr. Montalvo?
Motion to approve, Your Honor. Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13 is to accept an interlocal agreement between the City of Roma and County of Starr, and this is pertaining to,
Deer Run,
I'm sorry?
is it for Deer Run, esta?
I think so.
Yeah, they're gonna ask for a grant to repave that street, yeah.
Yeah,
That one is motion to approve, Your Honor.
okay. I have a motion for approval by Commissioner Peña.
Second.
Second, discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 14 is an action item. This is also to approve a resolution to support the local border security program. It's a border interdiction grant for the sheriff.
Motion to approve, Your Honor. Second.
Moved in second. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 15 is also a resolution, and this is for Operation Linebacker. It's for a grant 299-4709 for Sheriff's Office.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Moved in second. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16 is an action item is to request a loan from general fund in the amount of $176,728.96 for Homeland Security Fund for the bullet resistant shields, grant number 4600401. This grant will be reimbursable to the county, but they need to pay it in advance and then get reimbursed. Chief?
Yes, sir. This is regards to exactly what the judge says. I believe those funds are already there. They just need to be transferred to the Homeland Security from the general fund, and then the general fund gets the reimbursement 100%.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second. Have a motion to approve and second. Discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 17 is pretty much the same, and this is for $92,923.73, and this is for the Rural and Tribal Assistance Program. also reimbursable to the county.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved in second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. If it's okay, I think item 18, we need to go into executive session.
Yes, sir, both
Yes.
18 and 19.
18 and 19, and we'll take action once we get back. 20, item 20 through 32 are budget amendments, miscellaneous.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 33 is a budget correction.
I just move it.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And, okay, let's see. It is now 10:45, and pursuant to section 551.087 and 551.074, we'll go into executive session to discuss economic development negotiations, and to discuss order of salaries, and to get an update on the ASO billing claims. We'll be back shortly. Got, 11:30, and we're back in open session. Let's go back to items.
18, 19.
Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, 18 and 19. This, I guess I'll entertain a motion to allow Ms. Benavides to negotiate with these two companies on abatements.
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved in second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. In executive session, well, the deliberation regarding economic development, that's what we just passed on. And then order of salaries, is there a motion?
Motion to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and seconded as presented. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The ASO was just informational, so no actions needed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Moved and second. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.